Hello, everybody. It's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So this is part of my Now What series. And basically, this is something that I usually do at 6:30, which is 2.5 hours from this time. But due to family commitments, I decided that I need to spend some time with the family, and they've come up from the coast. So I'm coming on a little bit earlier. So, welcome to my Now What series. I hope this works because I'll tell you something. I did an awful lot of experimenting with this particular product, and I'll tell you what not to do. And that's also a good thing is what not to do too, right? So, in any event, what we're going to do, and I'm just going to actually jot on down here. So, if you're actually watching this and you've never subscribed to my YouTube, or if you're not part of my Facebook group, there's links down below that will direct you there. Also, just to also let you know that this is part of a live. So if you're watching it, just make sure that you put replay, and just beware that I will be talking to different people, answering questions and that sort of stuff. So my Now What series. So what are we playing with today? It happens to actually be something from the new JDD mini catalog. And these are found on page 59, and they're called the Pearlized Enamel Effects Basics. So they come in a real red, a black, and a pearlized white. Now, I have to honestly tell you, hello, um, this real red is not really a real red. It's actually a really pretty pearlized rose sort of type color. This black is like a gun barrel black, and this pearlized is pearlized. So there's lots of different things that you can do with it. I'm just going to show you a couple of different things that you can do with it, and maybe that'll spark some ideas on what to do. But let me tell you, I will show you what not to do as well. I had a brainwave of an idea, and what had happened was I just didn't let it sit long enough. But honestly, I don't know if it really would work if I do or not. So these, they come together, and I don't think it's really. I don't think you can really shake them. I don't think that that's part of what you can do with it. But I do want to show you some different things with it. So you can generate the really nice fine tip here, but you can generate how big of a dot that you want it to be. You could use these for embellishments. So you would just do this. You can swirl it around like this. I want to show you these colors. So you'll see in a bit that it works really good to, I could do them really small. I could also take this and I could write with this. And what this does is this is going to give you, I'll go on my cake decorating days because I obviously didn't do that very well. You can write with it. And then again, you could do some squirrely lines with it and that sort of stuff. Now, you're going to need to let this dry to get that different effect on there. Now, these are great. You can put them directly onto your card base. But what happens is you've got to let them dry. Ask me how I know. I had such a mess going with different colors and everything else, and I got my fingers in it. So it's one of those things that once you do something with it, what you want to do is you want to move it to a spot and let it sit. Now, it's probably best to sit for 24 hours. Hello, Peggy. So good to see you on here. But you do want to put it away somewhere, and it sticks to stuff and everything else. So I'm just going to put that like that. So I'm going to show you some tips and tricks along the way. Your silicone mat is going to be your friend. These are really good and dry. I did this yesterday, so that really worked out well. So then at that point, I can just come in, take my take your pick tool, and I can use that as an embellishment on anything. Like I could just turn around. And what I would have to do, though, is I would have to put a glue dot underneath there or glue. is what I would have to do. Then also, oh, this is what I wanted to show you. So when you come back to using this part and say it's not quite even, this is called a flick. So if you flick this, see how well now that goes into circles, and it works really good. So if you're sitting there and you want it to be more even, it works better that way. So that's a flick technique to do with that. Like I say, you can put these on with glue. So I could turn around and just take a bit of glue. I'll just take a tiny bit of glue here. And I would come in with my take your pick tool. Whoops. And then just glue that on. So, and then you could have customized embellishments as well. But the other thing that you can turn around and do, these ones I didn't do very evenly. So what you could do is I could turn around and I could say, okay, I want to have something, and we talked about this afternoon. When Laura was over here this afternoon, she wanted something to do like rocks. So you could do a shape like this, and you could do it like a pebble. And then, of course, you would let that dry. And then check this out. Then what you could do is we want those to be certain things. So just for the ease of this showing up and you can see it, pink maybe not the answer to go. Let's try with the red. You can actually go in on the pearl ones and look at that. You can color it. And it just goes that pearlized color. Now, is that not fun or what, right? That, say, we could have parakeet party. And then we would have those as embellishments. Is that not fun? That is so fun. Okay. So I've got all these all over there. But imagine you could do shading on this part here, do some brown and a bit of gray and that sort of stuff. So that's going to do that. So you can change all your different sizes and everything else. Don't forget about that flick technique. And you can do that also on the bottom of this. So to even it out, you just want to flick that so that it just gives more. It doesn't have peaks and valleys. So there's that. Then I was sitting there this afternoon going, oh, I would love to just, I would love to go and I would like to put embellishments on paper. Now, honestly, I picked this polka dot paper and I went and I put the pearlized dots on this all over the place because I wanted it to have some dimension to it. Well, then I didn't have it through the dye that I wanted it through. And look what happened. I ran it through this contoured scallop dye. And now I don't know how I'm going to get this off. But they're on there. And they're on there really good. So the other thing that I think I could do, thanks, Becky. The other thing I think I could do now that I've wrecked this plate is I could use this actually as some sort of an embossing plate to give me a bunch of dots if I wanted to. I honestly, this was from about 1:30, 2 o'clock. So it obviously wasn't dry enough, but it is a neat kind of effect on there. So there's that. Then the other part I was thinking, well, if you do that, you must be able to. So I went and I took my glue dots. And I went and I took the strip of glue dots and then I applied my enamel just to my glue dots. Now remember, if I wanted to flick it, which would have been a great thing, is to flick this so that they were smoother. But check this out. I've got, this is the red. The gun barrel or the black is a gun barrel color. But now what I could do is I can take this like this, just take this off as a glue dot and just go ahead and put it right on there. And now I've got my embellishment like that. This, I think, is the best way to do it, is if you want a bunch of different colored ones, like you wanted to make sure that they went directly with your Stampin' Blends, so you can do that. So your Stampin' Blends can also color these as well. So that's kind of a fun way to do it as well. So we have to do a card using this, right? So of course I want to make one more card at this point. Would nail polish remover take it off? That is a good question. I don't have any nail polish remover here. I have rubbing alcohol. We could try rubbing alcohol. And, you know, I'm sure there's something that would take it off. But oops, this is... this might take a bit of work. Rubbing alcohol, nail polish remover probably would work. Like I say, I don't know. This also took the color off the paper, so I have no idea if the nail polish remover would work. It just might be one of those things that I went, bad experiment. All right, so let's make a card. We're going to use the, we're going to try using this enamel in some sort of a way. I am using the hippo dies. I want to use, I want to just have some fun. I was given a wobble, so I want to make a card with a wobble, and we're going to use that enamel stuff. So I have here, whoops, I'm just going to plug my phone in because we just never know what's going to happen. All right, so I have some Parakeet Party. It's 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. So let's go in and I just want a colorful card. I think this would be fun to have for a kid's card. Like I say, this was my thought process, was to put this in here. So I went and I took my In Color Designer Series paper, and I cut a piece, and I think this is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. So I'm going to just go ahead and we're going to put that there. That's kind of there. Now, the ideal thing to do would be probably, let's put the image on. Let's go ahead and put these dots on there, and then go from there. But you know what? I'm going to use this one here. So it was suggested to me that what I do is possibly not do my hippo gray and maybe just color it. But I'm so drawn to doing, I'm going to do, whoops, this is dark. So I am using my gray granite. I'm just going to come in and just, this would be fun doing paper piecing on here as well. Just like this. And let's go ahead and let's go with our light. Oh, this should be, this Daffodil Delight. I actually want So Saffron. Let's see how that works. This is a dark So Saffron, and then this one's a light So Saffron. So let's try. You know what? I'm going to use the Parakeet Party. Let's. Now, on one of my other hippos that I had done, I had actually taken the black and done the toes and that sort of stuff, and then I stuck my finger in it. So this is something that you really, really want to watch, is that you add this at the end and then really let it dry. So I'm just going to come in here and I think we'll do the dark. and just get rid of those lines. So like I say, normally I would be doing this at 2 hours later, but I figured that I want to, right, and then let's go in. We should have done some more yellow in there. He is a funky looking hippo. Back to the dark here on our toes. There we go. All right, so nothing too spectacular about this guy. Now, what you could do with this is you can take this and you could actually take your this part here, and let's see if I've got one here that we could kind of show you. This one this is the one that I did the gun barrel on, but you could take this like this, and we could pearlize that. So we could take it, and you would take your paintbrush, and then you could just paint this on, and this will just give you like a pearlized look on there. So you could do that. It doesn't do much with it. Does definitely changes the color of the, so there's that you could do. But what we are going to do today is I want to, you know what, I need something else on there. Let me come in with my Tahitian Tide. I might be wrecking this, but and I'm just going to come in and maybe just blend this a little bit. Just shows with your blends that you can use different colors. Oh, that looks a little bit better. All right, so now what I want to do is let's go ahead and put this part onto, I could have put the flowers on there, but we're going to put this onto the card. Very simple card, just something to kind of show this pearlized stuff. So I'm going to put this on here, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to put it on with dimensionals. We could do this part too, but we want to do the plaids. I'm so drawn to polka dots that I'm going to do the polka dots. Now see, if I wanted to, the idea was that this was going to be a real funky sort of background. You know what? I'm going to leave it like that because I think we might as well use it up, right? So I've gone ahead and, like I say, on here, I went and I just daubed the pearlized all on here. And because I ran it through my embossing, my cut and emboss, it really kind of wrecked it. So don't do that. Oh, there's a special nail polish remover for gel nails. Yeah, I wouldn't want to use, I'd have to put on rubber gloves. I wouldn't want my gel nails to come off. Well, you know what? It's worth a try because it is a plate. So we don't want to wreck our plate. Well, I have wrecked my plate. So let's go here. Yep, we're going to have this like this. Then what I want to do is I'm going to go, "Ah, you really are the best." And that's going to be the words that I'm going to use. I'm going to come in with my Tahitian Tide, and we'll use that one. You know, what I may do is I may link a post to see how I've removed it, or I'll mention it somewhere on what's happened with that plate because it really is ruined the way it is right now. So, well, you never know if these things are going to work unless you do it, right? So we've got this like that. You know what? I don't like that. I should have probably want to make sure that this is good and inked. There we go. And then I'm going to come in and let's, my goodness, where are my scissors? They're there. So I want to come in and I want to fussy cut this. Got to make it with some elements on it, right? Promise this will be hippos for a little while. Now, remember with your celebration that items are only available while quantities last. These hippos, the stamp set is 1 level 1, and then the dies are another level 1. They didn't combine the two of them together, which is kind of nice. I haven't even played with the dies as far as the snorkel and the bathtub and the glasses. You know, and I'm going to just do this. Might as well, right? And like I say, if I was going to do this, then I would do these dots after and then just have them sitting around. So we have that. I'm just going to come in, and now I've got all these little dimensionals here. I can use that to pop that up as well. Let's just put that on the back there. And one little one here. And I'm actually going to take those pearlized ones that I put on with my glue dots. I'm going to color them with my blends. And then we're going to put those onto this card so that we've got something to use for that card. That one there. And then let's go ahead and put this little tiny one there. Need my detail, right? All right. So I was given a wobble. I think these things are really cute. I've never used one before, so this is going to go, I believe. Let's go ahead and put this onto there. So just take this. These, I guess, you can get off of Amazon. You can make your own. They're not as sturdy as these, so look at, see, now we can, that'll be fun. That is one, look at that. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our words on there. Whoops. I've always wanted to make one of these cards. Never had any of these. So. Oh, that's fun. Very simple card. But all right. So now I'm going to come back in with these. And let's go with, do we want to go Tahitian Tide? Let's see what they would look like. This is the light one. Excuse me. I really like the idea of them on glue dots. I think that really works. This one was kind of flat. And let's go in with our Parakeet Party. Now, of course, you could use the matte dots, but these are kind of pearlized and they're kind of fun. And we've got them on glue dots, so we can go ahead and use those. So like I say, I'm just going to go in, lift that up with the glue dot. But these were left overnight, just so that you're aware. And this, you don't mind if you use lots of different, you put a whole pile of them on there, right? There we go. That's kind of fun. Okay, and then I do have for the inside. So let's see, what do we want to put on the inside? Do we want to put another hippo? Yeah, let's go ahead and let's put another. We'll just quickly color this one as well. So I hope you like that. If you like that, give me the thumbs up. Share my video. I really do appreciate that. If you live in Canada and do not have a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. I do have links to newsletters. My newsletters, I'm having issues with one part of my newsletter. And if anyone visits my blog, you get two different types of newsletters on there, which are probably a little frustrating for some people. But I do get both of them. And I'm changing my blog over from a typepad base to a WordPress base. So I'm just waiting for the person to actually do this and put it together for me. And yeah, so. All right, so what color do we want to do the inside? Well, you know what? We got to do lemon lime. We got to do the Parakeet Party as well. So let's go. Now put some of this Tahitian Tide in there too. And I'll come back in with this. And I have a funky little. And you know what? I'm going to do a real spark of color in there, and I think I can get away with it. So maybe we'll put some polished pink on that card. On the, there we go. All right. So there's my card. We used the enamel dots. This enamel dots are on this card there. I showed you where you could actually color. Let's see. Just want to make sure. Where you can put it onto your paper. You can also go ahead and when you do this, don't forget about the flick technique that's there. Another thing that you can do is you can color them. And that's the most amazing thing, I think, because you can sit and color them to any color that you want. These ones will work better because I flicked those ones before. Put them on with glue dots. Glue dots work great. Let's go ahead and just put that in there as well. So yeah, try it with the glue dots. Like I say, that works really good. You can write with it. You can squiggle with it. You can color with it to give that shimmer look as well. I can't find that one that was on here where it gives you a shimmer look on there. Now, one thing to be aware of is make sure that you let it dry, because these ones here are not dry. And they'll probably, they do take about 45 minutes to dry, but the thicker ones are going to take longer because that's what happened. Do not put it onto paper and run it through, but I will let you know what happens with that. I hope it works. So anyways, so I hope you enjoyed that. That was kind of a fun card for me. I've never done one with a wobble, but that's fun. It's kind of neat to be able to see something swirl around like that. And besides, grandkids love to have those sort of things, right? All right. So I hope you enjoyed that. Like I say, give me the thumbs up, share my video. Another thing, if leave a comment. Don't forget about my mystery and my sketch challenges, that if you do enter into that, if you live in Canada, I give away, for each one of those challenges, I give away a stamp set. And if you're outside of Canada, I can give you a tutorial. And the tutorial has about 30 different projects on it. And it's really a good tutorial. Another thing that you could do is on Saturday is usually my sketch Saturday. This Saturday, because it's my virtual launch, I will be doing my sketch on Sunday at 10 o'clock. So I hope you can join me then. And yeah, if you got any ideas of different things that you want to see, I know I've got a couple more ideas. I just didn't have the other resource that I needed in order to do this. So, but in any event, I hope you have fun with this. I am going to have so much fun with these two colors, the red and the black, for my Santa Parade or the Santa Express. I've got some really cute ideas what I want to do with that suite as well. So have a great day. Enjoy your evening, and we will talk to you on Sunday. Or if you've been invited to the virtual launch, we're going to a virtual launch from 7 to 7 on Saturday, and no sip and stamp on Saturday as well. Anyways, you guys have a great day. Bye for now.